In the last 2 weeks, the Huskers have lost games to opponents with a combined 0 for 10 record. Of course, except for when they play Nebraska. That game on Peacock, Gary, was one of the ugliest, most embarrassing offensive performances I've ever seen at any level of football. I don't know if we need our quarterbacks drug tested or investigated for being heavily into debt, but at times it really looked like they were purposely throwing the ball to the other team. 4 total interceptions. And yet, Marcus Satterfield decided that it was a good idea to continue to throw, even on the goal line. And before this game, really before the second half of this game, both of us have been squarely in Satterfield's corner. But that's done. I think personally, Satterfield has to be fired, banned from the locker room, banned from all football activities, locked out of the facilities. Hit the like button for us, guys, and tell us if that's overreacting.
No, I don't think it's overreacting in the slightest. If anything, you could find a way to say it's underreacting. And he should have been let go before this. Like, you referencing us being in his corner, that's not to say I've been this big Satterfield guy, but it's like, from a football perspective, you have to be two-dimensional. You have to have some kind of a pass game, and you have to have some kind of a run game. You can be lopsided one way or the other if you're better at those things, but you've got to keep the defense guessing. You've got to keep them respecting the other side of things to have any type of success, especially when you're as bad of an offense as Nebraska is. The problem is not acknowledging that, one, you have to greatly diminish the passes, but it's the situations to me that are worse. When you are trying to get the game rolling and get a feel and get a rhythm and do things like that, and you're mixing in some passes and you're doing things, and you've got guys that just can't complete passes, don't protect the football. That's out of your hands. What's not out of your hands is putting them in positions for that to happen. You need to be putting your guys in the best positions for them to succeed. And I feel like he's going the exact opposite way with these quarterbacks. You run the ball 6, 7 times, get in the red zone, and now you want to go back to the thing that not one quarterback on your roster seems to be able to do without turning the ball over. And then we're shocked that we can't get points. We're shocked that our defense having as many takeaways as they did, playing as well as they did, keeping Maryland out of the end zone as much as they did. You can't squeak out a win and you lose another close game. Like, it's personnel-wise, things drastically have to change on offense. I get that, and that is not Satterfield's fault, other than probably Sims, because him and Rule were both so high on him coming in. But what is his fault is not acknowledging, okay, I can't do this thing with what I have right now. So I have to do other things and play to what they are good at. And most importantly, what's best for the team. We could win probably 3 of the losses on our schedule if we just run the ball until 4th down and kick field goals. With the amount of turnovers that we have in field goal, not even red zone, but just think even a little farther back in field goal range. And then you lose in close games. You're losing games by 5, whatever. So it's like, that's the point to me, is like, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, the way this game started out, say it didn't end the way it did. If we come out next week against Wisconsin and he wants to mix up the pass and the run game to kind of get a feel for what's working, what's not, and see things, I'm fine with that, until you just only stick to that and you don't adapt to your own team, let alone what the defense is doing. And then you're putting your guys in position to lose. The feel is to see, like, okay, what can we do with this defense? What works? You figured out in the second half, after that first quick 3 and out, and we got the ball back, you figured out we could run the ball pretty much as we wanted to. And every time you got into scoring range, be it field goal range or knocking on the door of a touchdown, you decided to dick around and go to a pass that led to a turnover or ran you out of downs. There was a couple times, the one drive where Sims had a 4-yard run. That's ideal if you're going to, establish the run, lean heavy on the run. You start off with a 4-yard carry on 1st down. You're at 2nd and 6 with a couple possessions to go. Pass, punt. Like, I don't understand what it is in this guy's head that not only makes him so pass happy. A lot of coordinators are. Most coordinators want to throw the ball over the place, but is just so strong that it blocks out any rationalization that you cannot do that. And not only can you not do those things, bad things are going to happen when you try to do it. It's a done deal for me, man. Maybe he would be a decent offensive coordinator if he had an amazing offense, from an amazing offensive line to a elite dual threat quarterback and a bunch of track star receivers. But I don't care. You know what I mean? You're not going to have that in the college game. You're going to whiff on players that you recruit. Sometimes you're going to have guys rise. You're going to have people transferring in and out. You have to be able to adapt and adjust to what you have on your roster, and you have to be able to adjust on a game-to-game situation based on how your guys are playing. and he refuses to do it, and it's cost us games. And it's almost like you said during the stream, it's like a middle finger to everybody. Like, I don't care. This is what we're doing. And it's just done deal for me, man. He's got to go. I wouldn't be surprised if Rule doesn't let him go during the season. During the season. But I'm fine with it. You can bring wide receiver coach, part-time Spider-Man actor Tobey Maguire in and let him call the plays. I don't care. No one can do worse. You just need somebody. Rule needs to take over and be like, dude, I can call run plays until we can readdress this all in the offseason.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments. We'll see you for a Wisconsin preview soon. Until then, go Big Red.